between those two events is this distance here. Delta XA. For Bob, the amount of time elapsed for him will be delta TV. It'll be different from delta TA. And we're calling C times TV, so it'll be C times delta TV. So that's sort of the physical picture. If we have these two events, we can always connect them, provided that the events happen far enough apart in time such that a light signal could go from one to the other. Then it's always possible to find a point that will connect those two events, or whom those events happen in the same location. And then the time elapsed for Bob, we discovered there's a time dilation. So if this is 10 seconds for Alice, this might be less. This might be 9 or 8 seconds for Bob. Okay, to figure that out, what do I put here? How is delta CG related to delta TA? Not K. K is in this situation. So K is if I have CT here, it'll be K. Or CT. Okay, so if I have a 45 here, what we've got here is a 90. And we've got this 90 here. So we're taking this total distance here, this one. So this time is related to this time by a K, but this time is related to this time by what? Okay. Yeah, it's right here, 1 over. Okay, so if we have a right triangle like this, then on this hypotenuse, the time elapsed on the hypotenuse is related to the time on the side here by this factor, square root of 1 minus b squared over c squared. So this is the time dilation factor. So that's how the time dilation is K in dollar. And then K is 1 plus the square root of 1 plus b over c over 1 minus b over c. Okay, so this is what you get here. Okay. Okay, so what? So that's sort of the physical situation. And we've got the physical time for Alice on her clock and the physical time for Bob on his clock. Okay, but now, what I claim is that there's some geometry underlying this picture. I've got a triangle there, and I might have some kind of geometry associated with this triangle. So let's try to play around with this formula right here, see if we can discover some geometry lying inside that. Okay, so what we'll do is we will square both sides of that equation first. So the left-hand side is c squared, delta TV squared. When I square the right-hand side, the square root disappears. So I get a 1 minus b squared over c squared times c squared delta TA squared. Okay, so what? Well, let's look at this d. What is this d? Velocity is distance over time. What is the distance in this case? Delta XA. That's right. So Bob is drifting across Alice's frame, and he covers this much distance in that much time. Okay, so the distance is delta XA. And the time, delta TA. So distance that Bob moves in Alice's face divided by the time that it takes to do so in Alice's watch. That's what T is. Okay, so let's just plug that inside there. Okay, so what we get? 1 minus d divided by c squared. So there's the d squared. Okay, so there's the d squared. Something divided by c squared. Then there's the c squared. Delta TA squared. Okay, so now if I just expand the bracket here, the first term is c squared delta TA squared. Subtract what? Delta XA squared. Okay, and so that's c squared delta TA squared. Okay, that's a very important relationship. So that's the relationship between the squared length of the three sides of that triangle. Remember that because we're plotting speed of light times time, everything is, this is measured in meters and so is this. So space and time are both measured in meters. Everything's measured in meters. So meter squared equals meter squared minus meter squared. Okay? So there's some relationship between the squared lengths of the sides of that triangle. So let's just simplify that expression. Okay, so let's go the time according to Alice A, the distance according to Alice B, the time according to Bob C. Everything measured in meters. What is this thing telling me? How do I express this equation in terms of A, B, and C? C squared equals. So, does that look right? Not quite right, right? What's that minus sign doing there? Go away, yes. Okay, so let's just do a simple example here. So, for example, suppose this side were 5. So 5 meters according to Alice on her clock, and Bob had drifted a distance 3 meters between those two events. What is that? What's the hypotenuse? 4. Then we go 5 squared is 25 minus 3 squared is 9 is 16 squared, that's 4. Does that look right? Okay, like you're saying that this side is shorter than that side. How could that possibly be? If you compare the 4 and the 5, like the 2 seconds, the 4 is much longer than the 5, so that's why it's around 4, and then the 5 is actually 5. To get the time dilating. Yeah, so the time dilating. So the fact that this is shorter than this is precisely because of the time dilation. So we know that it's 5 seconds elapsed for Alice. then we have large moving around now, and now it's a very long block. See that last time it's running slow. So this is something has to be slower than this. Okay, this. Okay, but mathematically, we're not used to that kind of situation. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a great idea. So the suggestion is that maybe there is some kind of geometry here, except it's not just geometry on a flat plane. Like for example, suppose I have a sphere like this, and I have 3 points on this sphere. When I connect these 3 points, I'd like to connect them with straight lines. Well, of course, the sphere, so from the outside, I can't really connect the straight lines that have a curve, just as the curvature of the sphere. Right? So the straight line might be the shortest distance. What's the shortest distance between 2 points on the Earth, on the globe? Okay, that's it. Right? So that's the path of the plane here. Okay, so that path might look something like this. And let's look at the equator. Here's the equator. The equator is an example of such an equator. And so the triangle might look like that. Okay, so if I draw a triangle on a closed surface, on a flat surface, the sum of the interior angles is what? 180. What does the sum of the interior angles look like here? Bigger than 180, right? So we have to draw that, right? That's pretty obvious. Let's look at the top one, get North Pole, and 2 points on the equator. And these are just lines of longitude. This is a latitude of the equator. What is this angle? What is this one? Okay, we're going up 180 here. What's this? Okay, so if you draw a triangle on a curved surface, you'll find that, again, there is a geometry still, you guys the same, but it's not the usual laws of geometry. Okay? In this case, some of the angles is bigger than 180. So this is a similar sort of thing going on. We have a triangle. There is a geometry. Okay? We have some kind of relation like this, which looks like Pythagoras, but it's not quite the same as Pythagoras. It's not Euclidean geometry. It's a different kind of geometry. So it turns out that this kind of geometry is still flat, but in a weird sort of way. Okay? So this kind of geometry is called Minkowski geometry. So if we had c squared equals a squared plus b squared, that would be Euclidean geometry. But we have, so this is in a two-dimensional space, in a two-dimensional space-time, one space, one time, c squared is a squared minus b squared. Okay, and just a tiny bit of history here. So Einstein had come up with this sort of physical picture of what's going on. He was the first to properly interpret what this whole time dilation idea. And then one of his professors, his name was Minkowski, looked at what Einstein had done and realized that, hey, underlying the physics that Einstein was talking about, there is a geometry. So now this geometry is called Minkowskian geometry. Okay, so it's distinguished from Euclidean geometry. Okay, so yeah, right. Okay, so let's look at 2 examples here of this interesting kind of geometry. Okay, so first we'll look at Euclidean geometry. So we'll take 2 points, called an alpha and beta, into 2 points in space. What's in a two-dimensional space? Okay, so two-dimensional space, what we mean by that is we have a coordinate system. Say this is a flat two-dimensional space, the space of the blackboard, and we put some coordinate system on it, x and y, and let's measure both x and y in meters. And then we have 2 points in this space. Say one of them over here, and say one of them over here. Alpha and beta. And so someone is taking a trip, say, from here to here, and suppose that there's many ways to get from alpha to beta, but one way is just take a straight line path from here to there. Okay, another way is maybe Alice takes this path from here, and maybe Bob takes this path instead. He goes up to here, visits someone over here, and then continues his journey up to this location. Okay, so let's just look at some numbers, just an example. Okay, so suppose that the distance here is 3 meters or kilometers, whatever we want to use, and this is 4. This is 4. So what are these sides? Okay, so we would find these sides by saying, well, this side length is the square root, or you can put the square root of this square plus this square. Similarly, I have a right triangle here, so I know the square root of 4 squared plus 3 squared is 5. 10. Okay, so what we have is, for Bob here, is 10, whereas for Alice, the distance is only 8. So 10 is greater than 8. Okay, so when we look at that picture, we say, okay, let's measure this in kilometers. Okay, so we got these 2 points, 2 cities or whatever, and Alice takes a straight line path, and her odometer reads, 8 kilometers to get there. And then here's Bob. Bob takes a detour like this path, and his odometer reads 10 when he's done. And so when they get together again, they both leave with their odometer that reads 0, and they take different paths to get from there to there. When they get together again, they compare their odometers and they say, oh, my odometer reads 10, oh, your odometer reads 8. But it's not like a big deal, right? It's just different paths, right? Okay, so that's easy. Let's take an exactly analogous situation, but in Minkowski geometry, space-time. now we have a situation like this. We'll pick 2 points in this space-time. So this is alpha. Okay, so this is these are points in space and time. So maybe the point in space we were talking about is Earth, and the point in time is now. So this is Earth now. And the point beta, you see it's the same point in space, so it's the same point on the Earth. So it's beta. Same point in space, so it's later in time. So it's Earth then. Okay, so we've got two events. The first event is here and now, this event, and then we wait a while. The second event is this event, which is the same place, but a later time. Okay, so Earth now, Earth then. Okay, and there are lots of ways to get from Earth now to Earth then. One is to go like this. Here's Earth now. And here's Earth then. So why does this do nothing? Stand there. Okay, so this is Ricky Alice's path, just standing there. Okay, she doesn't move in her space, she just moves in time. But now there's another way to get from here now to here then. I go here now, and I run over here. And I run back. I'm still here, but later. Okay, so that's this path. Okay, I run over there, some distance away, and then I run back. Okay, so let's see. We've got 2 right triangles there, and let's just put some numbers on here. Let's measure both these in meters, or meters. Okay, and so we say, suppose this is 5, and this is 5, and this is Alice's path, between alpha and beta, and Bob's path between alpha and beta, and suppose that he ran to a distance of 3 meters, and then runs back, so that's 3. Okay, so what are the lengths of these sides? Okay, so we use the Minkowski idea. We take the square of this side is the square of this side minus the square of that side. We're going to square root. So 25 minus 9 is 16, root of that is 4, and this is also 4. Okay, so we see, for Bob, the total time elapsed is 8, whereas for Alice, it's 5 plus 5 is 10. Okay, so with the parenting situation, first of all, they're identical in the moment. They're identical in that, basically, Alice is going from alpha to beta. She is measuring her time. Okay, so rather than using an odometer, with this picture over here, Alice and Bob have an odometer in their car, and that thing rolls as they're covering distance in space. That odometer rolls away and reads out how much distance they covered in space. Okay, instead of an odometer here, in this picture you have a clock. Okay, so Alice has her watch. Her watch rolls around, and measures her distance in space-time. Okay, it measures the elapsed time here, up there, and that's 10. Okay, and Bob does the same thing. Bob's got his clock. As he's walking over here, his clock is rolling like this, just like an odometer. His clock rolls all the way back. And then when he gets back, he looks and finds, oh, my clock reads only 8 compared to your clock, Alice, which reads 10. Okay? So they're exactly the same. And one way to say this is basically a chronometer, just an old-fashioned word for a clock, is space-time. Okay, so what your watch does, as you're walking around all day, your watch is like clicking away, tick, 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 tick. What your clock is doing is it is measuring the distance that you cover in space-time. Okay, so another example, let's say this. Suppose that you stay in the room here, and so here's your space-time odometer, there's your clock just ticking away, and then I go away and I walk around the building, I go up and stuff, and I come back. So while I'm walking around, I'm covering some distance in space-time using this Minkowski geometry rather than this Euclidean geometry. Okay, but the distance that I cover is exactly the same thing. So my clock is recording the actual physical distance, the geometrical distance in space-time along that path. Okay, so that's all the time is. That's exactly what time is. Okay, so if we look at this, then we look at, say, the famous twins paradox. Okay, so the twins paradox, that's exactly what this is, right? So what we're doing is we're saying, say, here is Earth now, and here is Earth later. And suppose that there's a planet here, far away. This is the world line of the Earth. This is the world line of the planet. It remains some fixed distance away from the Earth, and say it's 3 light years away from the Earth. Okay, and then so Bob takes a trip over to that planet, and then he comes back. Yes. Okay, and so we say, suppose it's 5. So Alice says, oh look, so Bob 5 years to get from here to that planet, and then 5 years to get back. Okay, so 5 years, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's a total of 10 years has elapsed for Alice. But for Bob, there's this time dimension happening here. Okay, so it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what's 8 for Bob compared to 10? Okay. So there's something mysterious about that. Are you okay with that? Does that make sense? Well, here's what I'm doing too. So here we take the point of view that Alice at rest from world line circle, and there's Bob the opposite way, like that. But now we just want to take the point of view that Bob is at rest. So why don't we take the point of view that Bob is at rest? So Bob is in the spaceship, he's at rest in the spaceship. He sees Alice drift away. He gets to the planet and turns around and sees Alice on water. So why don't we take the point of view that Bob is at rest and Alice? And then why wouldn't it be just the reverse? Why wouldn't it be 8 years for Alice and 10 years for Bob? Okay, do you see a problem with that? With all the point of being stationary, then you're going to have to take a feeder angle and angle the clock into the center. So we'll do something like what we're trying to do, okay, so how can I do this? Bob is at rest, right there. We point to Bob is at rest. And then when you see Alice going away the other direction, and then still Bob at rest, you see Alice going down like this. So this will be the reverse picture, and we say, oh, well, okay, so it's only 4 and 4 for Alice, so 8 for Alice. So that's 10 for Bob, and it's reverse. So why can't I just do this? Why can't I just do that? Yeah. Well, because you're assuming that in order for Bob to go from here to here, but in reality, has to accelerate his way to reverse direction, and then therefore the special relativity works a bit differently, and therefore you can't do that. Okay, so I agree, absolutely. So there are 2 reasons why we can't do this. One of them is physical. Okay, so in this picture, this is a straight line. Okay, and so it means that there's no acceleration. We're looking at a constant velocity, in this case, 0. Okay, and this is also a constant velocity, but when we get to here, it's actually this one acceleration. The line ends here. Okay, so Bob has to change his velocity from moving to the right to moving to the left. So he has to slow down, stop, turn around, and then pick up speed again. So he has to accelerate. Okay, so at this point over here, Alice feels absolutely nothing. Right? It's just, your usual day, right? Here, Bob, he spends his whole day like super braking, super accelerating back. Because he's well aware that something is happening here, even though all the windows are closed and everything, right? Okay, so there's something physically different about that. So we can't simply do this to this. These are not equivalent. Because it's in this picture that Alice is accelerating and Bob is not. Okay, so there's physical acceleration. And secondly, geometrically, this is not the same figure. Right? This is a straight line, and what we've done is we've gone and we bent it, and then we took this bent line and we went and we straightened it. This is not the same picture, geometrically, right? Okay, so we can't just bend lines. We'll straighten them out again. Yeah.
So, Ali, I don't see under the text, but okay, this is like 10 years. I forgot. I didn't see under the text.
Yeah, so this picture is not valid.
Okay.
This is the reality. So in this picture here, so this is valid, and this is what actually happens. So when Alice is watching, anyone watch, when it does this, it can go around space-time. Here's where the distance that you covered. Alice covered a distance of 10 years. Bob covered a distance of 8 years.
Okay, but if you say that I'm going to show off, so it will be sooner.
Okay, but we're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Because these are not the same. So in this point of view here, Bob accelerated. But this point of view, Bob didn't. So that's not the same equation.
Like, you think like, it doesn't feel anything, and forget it, like...
But he does feel something when he approaches the planet. His retro rock is blast and decelerates him. So he definitely feels he's like blasted against the wall like this. And then his rocket is fire again and blasts him the other way. So he definitely feels something, even though he was remote.
There's something that I something.
Right.
So I was feel that as an investigation. Yeah, and so like everything found out.
We are kind of Bob is at rest with respect to his spaceship all the time. He looks around, he's never moving in his spaceship, he's walking through those sequels. So he definitely feels that acceleration. So.
But
it's different though, because Alice never feels the acceleration where it's locked up. So we get reference frame. So he would be like this. Yeah, so from his point of view, he's at rest. Right side of the you can see something. Okay, so let's do it this way. So we're going up like this. And then if Bob continues on like this, then Alice will sort of skew it upward like that. Yeah, I'm sure that you can do it that way. Yeah, so again, still, that's right. Again, Alice has acceleration here. It's physically different. Physically equivalent. Okay, and you have to be equal. I think that then I would be smart. But if you're about 30 or something, I would be a straight line. Getting lost. Maybe whatever reference you have. So it's a timeline for that reference. Keep on straight. So you have to set back. So the major would be this single company has a straight line. And then Alice has a straight line for the angle off of that one. And then at the point where you came to the right, you have to leave this straight line. So that we need more at back. There. So you got it. Just like taking this to zero. Yeah. Another way to think about this, to see that it's physically different, is that so something that has been said a couple of times, and we haven't actually drawn yet, is the idea that in a gravitational field, time is more quickly up here than it is down here. So in this picture, we can sort of think of it this way. Bob is very low in a constant velocity here, and so he's in a spaceship like this. So he's taking forward accelerates again now. Okay, so during the time that it's accelerating, slowing down, and picking up the direction. What sort of force